How's it going, everybody? Kyther here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. We built the bridge last time to get the sulfur over to the base, and I'd like to apologize again for the audio, game audio not being there towards the end of, well, for pretty much half the episode. Don't have beacons. Of course I don't have beacons. But today we're going to be, I'm just going to quickly set this up so sulfur is being brought over. Actually, I'll do that a little bit later. And then I'm going to be just quickly redoing some of the vehicle structure around the base here. And then we're going to get on to automating both the sulfur and the quartz lines. Alright, so I have the ruler turneth in mid-progress of having this truck return first shipment back over here. Raise that up, as you can see, so it can fit under it now. And may also notice with keen eye that the not oil plant, but where the plastic and rubber was made has been tightened up. I decided to put where this is going to take the sulfur to underneath it. So to do that, we had to tighten up the thing here. So we just let this sit here and zoom in. I can't zoom in, but I could zoom in. It's not the case. Let this unload, and we shall hopefully be all good with where this is set up. I wonder if the boxes is, yeah, because it's got a cross on the top. And then we finish the recording. We enable your autopilot. I jump out. And you only use 8 fuel. Well, I used 8 fuel. Gah. I need to make sure that you come back safely. Buddy. You're gonna sit there and wait for the entire thing, are you? Fair enough. Well, I shall see if he cometh backeth. I wonder if he's probably stopped on the pause that I was just on, for whatever reason. There you go. And I'm glad that they fit through this one by one here. I also raised that up so we just go underneath it. Or snazzy. That'll probably move at some point. Might not move, but that might change. We do have two pauses here. This one's a 3-second. And I'm guessing one's 24. There's go node. Not necessarily needed. You know what, that all could just stay there, because it works. Alright, he is coming back. We're going to see if he just motors off the edge here, or if he actually slows down. He used to be slowing down. But this corner will be all of the stops. Oh, hello. You may have crashed on the door there. But he came back. Now that is completely full. You're not. So that is going to be the only somewhat issue. So I probably could have used a small truck, technically. But that's fine. But now we just actually work on the sulfur and where it gotta go to. So these lines up the top here aren't as clean as I would have liked, but it'll do for getting our sulfur and steel over to main base. Both here. Would you look at that? Let's hook the up into the belts. There goes the sulfur. My word. And oh, I'm on the wrong side. It does connect. There we go. And then thine steel. Whoosh. Yeah, these pillars aren't quite what I wanted. I wanted to use these ones, but they don't go as high, unfortunately. I didn't want this to be short because I'm just lazy and didn't want to readjust the height. I wanted this to be as high as possible. We may in the future. You know what? Let me get rid of these legs. If it looks a little bit weird, I can put them back. That one's fine. But we may have room to put another one of these in here. And that may get brought in through this gap here. Or on the other side. Might just be able to squeeze through. Not entirely sure. Place that back. Buttons work. Yes, let's get to dealing with these. Alright, so apologies for it being nap time, but the first thing we're going to do, whack our steel into this bin and get our steel pipe production back online. What I'd like to do, if I can help it, is have things come in, store them, and then maybe go out that side, or even just go up the back here. We shall see how this goes. But for our initial estimates, which I probably don't even have anything on me to build them. What am I? No, I'm just out of constructors. Mind, we need a 11.2, so 12 of these. And just like that, we is done. I've also touched up. There's a great way to look up. Up above there as well. Let's just hook all this in. This is all connected. They're all set up to make the things. Not that I really needed to. I've got the back here evenly split up. This conveyor belt will be evenly done completely. Actually, I wouldn't be. It is. No, it's not. I wouldn't. It is actually. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if this was full. So we have 8 machines here. I don't need 11. My 11 is for other things that we require later, I think. But wrong number. Anyway. Because we only have 2 machines up there that need 36 each, and then the big machine also needs pretty much 36. Or pretty much 34. These are all going to make their things. They're all going to combine down the front here. So they combine the 2 end ones with this one, because it just, yeah, kind of makes sense to do so. And then tidied up a little bit. I was very confused. I looked to here without even looking up. Got this connecting from the top using the vertical conveyor belts. It just squeakily cleans, comes under here. They might clip this just a little bit, but I'll change that in the future. If they do, I'll change it, and this will just connect up the top. I'm gonna change how this connects in here anyway, because this is just this is not nice. And then we can get our 2 heavy modular frames back under construction, because there's not many in here, and in the very near future we are going to need a fair few. I can't fly up there. I'm going to show how many computers we have. Look, they're already up here. My word. Go have a quick look at the computers. Plastics up here filled up again, but we have an absurd amount of computers. I also remembered, before I get too ahead of myself, should probably unlock all of these alternate recipes. Florets, rubber, and some of that. And we can do those immediately, because it doesn't send off the ship as every other thing does. So there we go. Alternate, the rubber cable and the computer. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, which I think we should probably just unlock. Especially if I've got the things on me at the moment. Alternate caterium wire. It wouldn't let me push the button, that was weird. The compacted coal. Whatever this does for us in the future anyway. Tunk. Also have the alternate steel. Baboosh for the new screws. Alternate steel. Alternate screws. The steel screws. That pops up in front of me, doesn't it? It does. Is obnoxious. The no of rotors. Oh, I don't know where anything of that is in my inventory. That one and that one, right next to each other. Which is also right next to each other. Is the next one that requires the exact same things. A modular frame. Boosh boosh. Getting all of the things. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen. That was different. I wonder if that does that if you do the things like too quickly. Or unlock them super quick after the other. The rest, you need to make it the stuff. The other thing we're not grabbing is still the medicinal and Hewa and the new quick wire for the caterium. But everything else I got on me. So we need to sell some new beacons. Goosh. Also with the new recipes, they're not in here anymore. Some of you may have noticed with me scrolling through here. They're only in the machines, which I suppose is a fair game, but it's also a little obnoxious at times. Let's add in brand new nobelisks. We also need nobelisks and those quartzy circle things as well in the MAM. Need to do some searches for them. New computers. That one. Plastic, and the last one was just normal wire. I was like, not sure which one it was, even though it's up in this top right corner as well. I'm a fool. And the rubber cable. Now I'm out of wire. Well, that is just obnoxious. That'd be a good thing that I can go and grab more pretty damn easily. There we go. That is all of the things, except for, you know, the healers. Healer thingamajiggies and that one. Beautiful. We ran out of power. I thought there was a graphical glitch when this disappeared, but no, we ran out of power? Very confused. Why did it drop? What? I don't know what happened. I think not low on fuel. Oh, we could be low on fuel. Oh no. Well, it's certainly not fuel. We have all the oil has returned. I had that guy stopped. So, what happened? Where did my power go down? And it's still doing it. I don't know what's shutting off. Is it these guys? No, because you're all at 100. What about the one down here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's my issue. 4 of these things are shutting off. That's not a good. I think I'll just simply fix this by just upgrading the belts. That would probably be the easiest and quickest solution that I can do. Because we're just not getting them down here quick enough. Okay, that seems to have solved the issue. I'm guessing once I finally hooked up the back ones here, doesn't make any sense there because this is full. I don't know. Maybe ever since I did split it, these 3 just might have been using just enough where these back ones were getting emptied, or especially those 2. Very confused because all 4 of these were barely empty. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but well, we have to address the power issue anyway at some point soon because we're running out of power. But for now we're good. Okay, so again, now that the power is situated, you can see on the side of my screen that I have 3 manufacturers lined up. That's because if we have a look in this one, all of the things, the nobelisks, beacons, the crystal oscillators all require these things to be made. And I've been reconsidering how I'm done all my buildings so far. And I want to change up how I'm doing things because we get to the point where like this entire building, like it's great because it makes those. But it has now sort of become redundant because we can get better versions of that. The only building so far that is somewhat working the way I want it to be is the concrete building. Or for this new way, is because concrete is all just built in this one little building by itself, and then it's distributed to wherever it needs to go. So, in saying that, I don't like this giant building in the center. It's probably going to change at some point. More or less because everything's just being built together. I don't like that. So, we have another huge square. Except this time, I can't really actually build it off from here. But this time, it's not going to turn into one giant building like this one has. It will instead become home, or the beginnings, of a city of tiny individual buildings that will each contain one type of material. And then that way we can, I hit shift, have sprawling lines like this just going everywhere. And that would be beautiful, because that's what I want, the controlled chaos. We just have lines going everywhere. And to start this off, we're going to be making the crystal oscillators first, because the nobelisks require them. And we no longer need the beacons, because only the single nobelisk, the original recipe, requires the beacons, so we're leaving them out for the moment. So that means for the crystal oscillator, we need loads of crystal quartz, more rubber, and an AI limiter, which is made with one of them, but because of the fancy thing in here, more quick wire, and the, what's he calls them, cards? I can't think of what they're called. Circuit boards. Them ones. And so with needing the caterium, I have moved and added the truck stop over here, which now it's very close to, well, very close, a little bit closer. And as of right now, out of the way, so the truck can sort of just come in and out. I may have to redo the path later. As I had said earlier, I didn't want to do roads everywhere all the time, but if we're going, depending how this expands, it'd be cool to see like the trucks just sort of driving in and out as if they're driving through streets in a city. So we shall see about that, and this is just enough room for a big truck. Whether this one's needed to actually get all their caterium, I don't know. That might be a bit overboard, because there's only the one node over there. But there is that node that is blocked up down that way. And if we wanted to, we could probably have this thing do a bit of like a round trip or something and get more than one. But for now, I am going to set this one up to go grab just the one over here for now. Alright, so that has been done. And while I was driving up here, I noticed that little fella down there. If I get desperate, I'll go and grab him. But he can stay down there peacefully for a little while. Are you going to be an issue with this? I think you're right up against it. I had to maneuver it a little bit. How much did you grab? Grab a little bit. Didn't grab too much the first time around because I didn't set it up properly. And now this is over capacity to the max. That was weird because it was full, I'm guessing. 600 a minute. Only getting in so much possible. That was weird. But he's fine. I had an extra bit of flooring here that I stole out of there because I don't have any more concrete on me. Just to be safe, but he seems to be good to drive properly. Okay, so I've had a little bit of a time skip without telling you guys what I'm doing. Although you can tell by where I'm looking. We're making the caterium again. Whoosh. So hello to fantastic factory number 101. Now, it will eventually need to be expanded upon. That's not for a very long time, because at the moment we are, as usual, constricted by the number of conveyor belts that we have. So, one would think that conveyor belt number 5 would pull up to 600 resources, which is what is being brought in per minute when that is running. So if we were to hook this up, or hear all the things turn on, / watch them, because that's cool. Didn't look like they were on, but they are. So we hook this up, and I'll explain what happens while everything shoots around. We have some splitters, splitter, merger, splitters. And this, once this goes around enough, this bit here, it'll maximize itself. Why does that one look fuller than that one? What's happened? That don't look right. Maybe I missed a conveyor belt speed somewhere. You're meant to be that one, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe I missed one. Oh wait, no, you're 3. 6 is what that one's meant to be. I downgraded that. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Probably one in here. Oh, that's fine. What about this one? Oh, we're good. I don't quite know what it did. I'll look into it later. Because that one looks full while that one doesn't, so I don't know what it did. We don't know at all. But regardless, 450 splits in half. 225 in here. Don't worry about this moment. Splits into half again. So if you go percentages wise, 100% comes in. 50 go either side. One of them gets fed back of the 50%. When this goes around enough times, that one looks more accurate than this one. So I might have stuffed up something somewhere. Ah, this one's not connected. There we go. That was my issue. I was gonna say, like, once this goes around enough times, this ends up going back in, making this go up to 120%. That goes into here, so that breaks down into even 20% for everything. And then we make caterium ore, or ingots. I wanted to show you guys this before I put in where the storage is, just to show what it looks like. And when it expands to using 600, it's not a nice number, unfortunately. 10 is an even number for 450, because they use 45. But 600 gets like 13 point something along those lines, or 14 point something. Regardless, where I'm going to put the storage though is right in here. And how am I going to get the caterium into here? By a merger at the top and mergers at the side. Easy peasy. So we're just going to do using the conveyor lifts as well. And then we just not fly off, because I put the running shoes on. Just sprint it off. Just connect them like so. 75 each way. I think for safety we'll just connect that one there too. Just like that is how we're going to do it. And we have the caterium being made forever until our reservoir runs out and I turn him back on, at least. And now that we have that done, we want to move on to doing the quick wire. And that'll be a little bit different, because it might only take up a footprint of maybe like a 3x3, a 3x4 area, because it's only the constructors, which themselves are almost just one tile, or just a bit over one tile. So I figured I'd do them a little bit differently, and instead of doing everything on a floor plane like this, they will go up, be an actual tower, and when I need more, we just build on top of the tower. And to start off, we would have, I don't actually have anything for a wall, but as far as I can tell, for the moment, I don't need any reason for a truck to drive down here, and if I do, they will just fit. So I'll leave like a 1 wide gap here, and we'll put the caterium wire, whatever it's called, quick wire, into this building. But on the ground floor, I'll leave space for a splitter arrangement to go, depending on the size of the tower. And that way, if we ever need to make more caterium for a certain, more quick wire for a certain thing elsewhere, which will actually probably be in the center, we can just do a bit of a split off thing and then just whoosh it up to the tower with the outside conveyor belts. So they will just be, I have actually one on top of, oops. They'll be just, towers will be consisting of this on the outside, which I think will look cool, and then the normal conveyor belts going everywhere else. And before we actually even get to the caterium, I am reminded that we have a quick wire. Why I keep calling it caterium? That's what it's made from. Since I actually have the ore, we might as well get the alternate recipe for it and check it out, which I can just do if I have some on me. So if I were to fuse that with copper, which I presume is in the smelting, no, in construction, we could get a lot more, but I don't know if I'll do that. There is copper ore down here. There's 2 impure nodes. Considering that's right next to the caterium spot, I might consider doing that with me when I work out what I need for things. Because we need 90 at the moment, so I think for the time being, I might just leave the caterium ore to make the quick wire it by itself and not worry about infusing it with copper. If we start getting into a bit of a bind with it, then I'll do that. And there is our super condensed 2 machine maker 5000 of the quick wire, which I now need to upgrade this belt. I failed to pay attention to how much it actually makes. So there we go. Super compact. I didn't expect to be able to get a storage container in here, but I can. And for what we're using this one for, we have over an extra, I have extra 30 being made a minute. So if I wanted to, I could drop this down, or we can send this off somewhere else at some other time. But there we go. And it's able to either go out of that one, or I can go straight through and go out somewhere else, to wherever we need it to go. I'm not a super fan of having the wires go through like that. Where possible, I'd like to put them either like through a door or a window, sort of like that would be perfect for this one. I just grabbed it the other way around. This one would just need to be adjusted to wherever it connects into, but that's what I want. Things like that, so they're not actually clipping. But that'd be more of an aesthetic thing we go around and do later on. Fortunately, I believe we are sort of out of time for today. Again, we're in a bit of a loop of just going back and forth between doing stuff we've done before and just reorganizing things, but from now, well, not necessarily from now on, but we're going to be very much focusing on getting all the new stuff, just what this is for. So not completely new stuff, completely old stuff. Actually, it's been a bit of both today, actually. All of it has also been just me putting things up that I keep tearing down. But anyway, that's going to be doing it for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Can I actually put a ceiling there? No, I cannot. I need to go up one or more. Or I could do something fancy and do like a slope roof. That would actually work. Can I do that? I can't do that there though. Could almost do it. I mean, if I do that, and then put that on top, you do a bit of a slope roof for this. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around. Here's some more. Not entirely sure if at this point in time, I thought there's only going to be the one episode this week. Kind of ran out of time. My bad. But we should hopefully be getting more episodes more regularly again very soon. I realize that's actually not going to work. Because I'll have to add a wall here. Well, actually, it could work. It could be just a fancy looking thing. Slightly sloped on this side, sloped on that side. Actually, that's not too bad. Never mind, I like that. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to go and see some more. I said that already. I shall see you guys next time. But until then, bye. Actually, maybe not, because I can actually see through there a teeny tiny bit. Bye.